Hello everyone, welcome back to our Excel pivot table series. In the last video, we got a glimpse of the power of pivot tables and how they can help us summarize data quickly and easily. Today, we're going to talk about a crucial step that comes before you create a pivot table, which is data preparation. You might be wondering, why do I need to prepare my data? Why can't I just throw it into a pivot table and hope for the best? Well, you could do that, but you'll likely end up with inaccurate results, misleading analysis, and a lot of wasted time trying to fix errors down the road. Think of it like cooking. You need to have all your ingredients prepped and ready before you can start cooking. If you try to throw a bunch of unwashed, unchopped vegetables into a pot, you're not going to end up with a very good meal. The same goes for pivot tables. As the saying goes, garbage in, garbage out. If you feed your pivot tables messy data, you'll get messy results. The good news is that preparing your data for pivot tables is usually pretty straightforward. It just involves following a few key rules to make sure you understand your data correctly. By taking a few minutes to clean up your data beforehand, you'll save yourself a lot of headaches later on and ensure that your pivot tables are accurate and reliable. So what are these key data formatting rules? Rule number one, no empty rows or columns. Pivot tables need a continuous block of data to work with. If you have empty rows or columns in the middle of your data, Excel might get confused and may not include all of your data in the pivot table, or it might misinterpret the structure of your data. So make sure to delete any empty rows or columns before creating your pivot table. Rule number two, ensure consistent data types in columns. This is a big one. Each column in your data should contain only one type of data. For example, if you have a column for dates, it should contain only dates. If you have a column for sales amounts, it should contain only numbers. And if you have a column for product names, it should only contain text. Mixing data types, like having both text and numbers in the same column, can cause serious problems when Excel tries to summarize your data. For example, if you have a sales amount column where some cells contain the word dollars or the dollar symbol, Excel will not be able to calculate the sum or averages correctly. You need to remove those extra characters and format the column as a number. Similarly, if you have a date column where some dates are entered as text, Excel will not be able to group those dates by month or year. You'll need to convert those text entries into actual date values. Rule number three, header row best practices. The first row of your data should be a header row. This row contains labels that describe the data in each column, such as customer name, order date, product, category, region, quantity, sales amount, okay, depending on what your data is explaining. These headers are crucial because Excel uses them as the field name in your pivot table. Make sure your headers are clear, concise, and easy to understand. Avoid using special characters or symbols in your headers and ensure that each column has a unique header. Duplicate header names can also confuse Excel and make it difficult to work with your pivot table. Okay, here is the data set that we started using from the last video. And we can see that there are a few formatting errors. For example, we see empty rows, empty column. Also, some headers are duplicated. The headers do not start on the same line for at least product and region. In the quantity column, we see numbers and figures. Numbers, figures and text. In the region, we see a date entry. We also see numbers. Okay, we also see under the date, other dates, we see text. So let's correct this. Let's start by deleting the empty cells in the header category. Okay, then let us also delete. So just make sure to clean out all the gaps. Let's delete the empty column. We see that region and region appears twice, and this seems to have a number of errors. So let's delete this column. This should be figures, so 3 and this 4. Now under category, let us remove these empty rows as well. Okay, so they're all finishing on row 22. Now under category, we see that category is repeated twice and one has text while the other has numbers. It depends on what we want to do. Do we want to stick with text or do we want to stick with numbers? I think it will be easy for whoever is reading the data to understand what the categories are exactly rather than using code, which is only recognized by this company. So we can delete this. There you go. One more thing. This is supposed to be June 3rd, 2023 in as actual dates and not text. So let's change that. 3rd of June 2023. Okay. And at least let us assume that every other thing, all the other details are correct. The only errors were formatting errors. So as you can see, by taking a few minutes to clean up our data, we've made it much easier for Excel to understand and even for our eye pleasure. So let's recap the key data formatting rules. Ensure no empty rows or columns. Ensure consistent data types in each column. And ensure a clear and concise header row. By following these rules, you ensure that pivot tables are accurate, reliable, and easy to work with. In the next video, we'll finally get to the exciting part, which is creating our first pivot table and exploring the pivot table field pane. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe for more Excel tutorials. See you in the next video.